Hi guys. So we're going to go do the notes for 16.2. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. 16.2, mean absolute deviation. Okay, so the mean absolute deviation is a little difficult to understand. So basically it has a ton of steps. Let's start with the first step. Step number one is find the mean. Now remember, the mean means I add all the numbers together and then I divide by how many numbers I added together. That's the mean. We just talked about that in the last section. Just a second. Okay, so after you found the mean, you added all the numbers together, you divided it by how many numbers there were. You then take that mean and subtract every single number that you were given from that mean. Subtract every number you were given from that mean. Now it says absolute value, but all that I'm going to put down here is the number will always be positive. Okay, so that's what you will end up with in regards to your absolute value. So even if you end up with something like 5 minus 9 and you go, wait, that's supposed to be a -4, you don't write it as a -4, you write it as a +4, okay, every single time. So all of these are going to be positive values. Number 3, let me switch to a different color. We're going to get a little lost in here. Number 3, you then find the mean of all the answers to number. I know you're going to say, but that's a hashtag, Mrs. Wallace. It was the number sign well before it was a hashtag, okay, to number 2. So all the numbers that you got here, you're going to find the mean of them. So you're going to add all of them together, and then you're going to divide by how many numbers there are. This is our mean of absolute deviation. This is our MAD. At this point, I have the MAD. This is the mean of absolute deviation. Okay, so let's try doing this. Here's an example. Let's make it a smaller one, shall we? So we don't have to do quite as much stuff with it. Let's go with 2, 3, 5, 2, 2, 4. Okay? 2, 3, 5, 2, 2, 4. First of all, I find the mean. So that is 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. All right, let's plug it into my calculator. 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 gives us 18. We are then going to divide by 6 which gives us 3. So this is number 1. Find the mean. The mean of this is 3. Number 2, subtract every number you were given from the mean. So I'm going to do this part in gray. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. 3 minus 5. It would be a negative 2, but the number will always be positive. So I'm going to make it a positive 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 3 minus 4 is, it would be a negative 1, but all the number is positive. The number is always positive. So that one is going to be a positive 1 as well. Number 3, find the mean of all the numbers. Let's go with this one. So I now go 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 divided by 6. So our mean of deviation is 6 divided by 6, which is 1. MAD equals 1. Okay, that's it. That's all that the mean of absolute deviation is. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so now that we know what our mean of absolute deviation is, let's talk about using it. Okay. Actually, give me a second, because that might be all that we need to get from this particular section. Let me look. Sorry, guys, I think I was getting you confused with another class. This is all that we need to know about it, just how to do this. Okay, so that's how you find the mean of absolute deviation. Let's go over to the guided practice on 461 and do that. Number 1 says, a bus route takes 45 minutes. The company's goal is a MAD of less than 0.5 minutes. One driver's times for 9 runs on the route are shown. Did the bus driver meet this goal? So I need to go, first off, I need to do 44.2 plus 44.9 plus 46.1 plus 45.8. I'm literally taking the number straight off the page, plus 44.7 plus 45.2 plus 45.1 plus 45.3 plus 44.6 equals, wait, 405.9, and then I divide it by the 9 runs. So this is going to give me my average, divided by 9, gives me 45.1. Now I take each of those 9 runs and I subtract them from 45.1. Remember, my answers will always be positive. Even if it should be a negative, it is always going to be positive. We cannot have negatives come out here. So 45.1 minus 44.2. .9. 44.9, sorry. I messed up how I was writing that down. Okay, 45.1 minus 44.9. I'm still going to end up with the, it's always going to be a positive, always, always, always. Can't do anything about that. Ends up with 0.2. 45.1, there we go, minus 46.1 equals 1 straight up, 45.1, 45, if I could write 0.1 minus, okay, so I already did the 46.1, 45.8 is equal to 0.7, 45.1 minus 44.7 is 0.4, 45.1 minus 45.2 is going to be 0.1, 45.1 minus 45.1 is going to be 0, 45.1 minus 45.3 is going to be 0.2, 45.1 minus 44.6 equals 0.5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So I need to add all of those together. So I have 0.9 plus 0.2 plus 1 plus 0.7 plus 0.5 plus 0.1 plus 0 plus 0.2 plus 0.5 equals straight up 4 divided by 9. Equals 0.4 repeating. He wanted a deviation of 0.5 less than 0.5. 0.4 is less than 0.5, so yes. Okay, so for A, the mean of the bus times, and B, the MAD for it. Okay, now number 2, below are different drivers' times for the same route. Find the mean and the MAD using a spreadsheet. Enter the data values into row 1 using cells A to 1. Okay, so we could do this online on an actual spreadsheet. Let me go ahead and pull up a spreadsheet. I'll show you how to do it. Just a second. So I have my spreadsheet now. I use Excel because I prefer Excel. So I'm just going to type in my values: 44.4, 44.9, 45.6, 45.9, 44.1, 45.6, 44.0, 44.9, whoops, and 45.8. I am now going to come down here and I am going to type in mean equals, and then right over here, if you go up here to the f of x, it has average right there. So you go average, okay, and then this through this. And it brings up numbers A1 through I1, and you go, okay, which gives us a 45.02%. Did I do this correctly? Oh, that would be why. This is 43.8. 45.6, 45.9, 44. There we go. Now it's the number that it's supposed to be. Okay. You saw how it changed right there, just like that? It'll always do that on the spreadsheet. Then it wants us to go over here and do MAD equals Okay, now in order to get that one, we need to take just a second. So up here, I'm going to type in equals average deviation. And see, it popped it up right there. Equals average deviation. I'm not sure why it's not just letting me do that. Average deviation. And then I'm just going to highlight the spaces that I wanted for. I'm going to close my parentheses. I'm going to press enter. And yeah, okay. So I needed to put them right next to each other like that instead. Sorry. So this is what you would have ended up with. I wasn't supposed to put a space in because you're not supposed to put a space in when you're putting in the equations for your spreadsheet. So there you go. And he did not reach it because he got 0.7 instead of 0.5. What is the mean absolute deviation and what does it tell you about data sets? The mean absolute deviation is how far off, how much it changes, how much the values change between themselves. And it tells you whether or not there's a large variety of numbers or if all the numbers are kind of around the same place. So there's an even distribution. We'll have them in all about the same place. Okay? I hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.